Behind most of the protests we've seen, there are organizers like Terrence Roberts.
And I was actually jogging around Wash Park, and I parked my car on the east side, and by the time I got to the west side, they just swooped up on me with a bunch of cars and a bunch of officers.
Roberts is with the Frontline Party for Revolutionary Action. He's been to protest after protest over the last few months. Thursday, he was arrested for his part in organizing them.
We're going to continue to protest. We're here protesting right now. We're not going to stop. Even if I go to prison, we're going to keep it up.
Roberts is part of a group of 6 organizers facing charges, including inciting riots, stemming from demonstrations in Aurora in June and July. Saturday, he was back leading chants outside the detention center he was held in just days ago.
If I got to go to prison for doing something right this time, then I will go to prison for doing something right.
No justice!
The march was organized by the Party for Socialism and Liberation, a group in Denver that's organized many of the large events over the past months. Saturday, they asked for all charges against protest organizers to be dropped.
My son is one of the greatest people I know.
Charges, including the attempted kidnapping charge Lenise Northam's son Joel is facing for his part in a July protest. He's still in jail as his mother and father joined the protest outside the detention center.
They put Joel in jail, but exponentially, they got a lot more than they were probably bargaining for.
Prosecutors say they support the right to peacefully protest, but the events in Aurora over the past few months crossed the line.
These are fantasy charges. We were not there when the incidents that took place happened.
Even with some organizers now in jail, the message from protesters outside is that the demonstrations are not over. In Denver, I'm Mark Salinger, 9 News.
Elijah McClain's mother was at that protest as well today. The family attorney says the McClains stand up for the rights of peaceful protesters.